Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
Okay, let's see how. Oh, that snapped over really fast. Nice. I'll just go ahead and axe this VLC window. Boom. It looks like the webcam feed is coming through okay, but last time I played Hunt Showdown, I watched the trailer for a Hunt Showdown-like game, an upcoming Hunt Showdown-like called Hunger, and the PC was lagging so ridiculously slowly for that I have since relegated all of my Hunt Showdown streaming ambitions to a headspace where I will also have to tolerate a great amount of computer lag. Yeah, it was just VLC, but it's also the way OBS captures Hunt Showdown is very, very taxing on whatever setup I have here, and it is odd because I feel like my setup should be able to handle it. In any case, we are going to be seeing what patch 2.5 is like and the associated event, although they're really more like seasons. Okay, here we go. Here are our arrows where we control this thing. It does seem a little laggy, but the mouse cursor and responsiveness seem fine. It's the frame rate on these PNGs sliding around. Anyways, there's usually like a pop-up with some information about how the event works. Oh yes, they also brought back Desal, and I can tell by the neoclassicism going on the architecture of this building here. The card of judgment has been drawn, and hey. The card of judgment has been drawn, and a tribunal is at hand. Will you choose to prosecute or laugh alongside chaos? The pale judge and the fool are set against one another by fate. Dorothy Alice returns to her family's farm in a fit of dreams and nightmares. I wonder if they're actually going to have a story you can read through as you play, like some of the older events. That was fun, but they kind of went away with that. They updated the UI, which downdated the UI's ability to display large pages of text. They got rid of the in-game lore book, and that was one of my favorites. Brandish guns forged from the dust of cowboy bones. I'm just like imagining what kind of witch's cauldron spooky magic recipe involves cowboy bones next to your bat sweat and kitten tears or whatever. Brandish guns forged from the dust of cowboy bones and wrapped in a rune painted cloth. Slip through the shadows with weapons dark as night. That sounds what I'll be wanting to do. Oh, okay, here's the usual battle pass. Okay, more info. This is what we want, right? Oh wait, no, it's not what we want. I want to run down on how the event works. Event details, X. Retribution stains hunting grounds red as the pale judge arrives to sentence the fool. Dorothy Alice aids the... Oh my god, it's so Alice in Wonderland thing. Dorothy Alice aids the disgraced Doc Redmartin to ward off his long-awaited punishment. Amidst treason and mayhem, Orwellian effigies appear once more and draw the gaze of the prescient in her arsenal. Arriving on the stage of this grand trial are equipment skins themed to cruel order, occult foretellings, and the pitch darkness of graves. However, I want to point out that the word Orwellian, or what is an Orwellian effigy, appear once more and draw the gaze of the prescient. Wait, so does that mean that we've had Orwellian effigies in other events. It's 1871. I don't think George Orwell is even alive yet. Wait, no, it's 1892. What am I saying? Anyways, there's Orwellian effigies. We're gonna burn effigies of George Orwell. Judgment of the Fool introduces a new trait, Catalyst, equipping and conventional events associated with it. Okay, so Catalyst upgrades Beat Face, Pain Sense, Vigilant, Kite Skin, Fanning, Frontiersman when you're solo. Huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's supposed to be some kind of bear monster or something. Okay. 25. 25 is my threshold for a pledge mark on this one. No pledge marks for looting bodies, though. That's interesting. Oh, wait, no, here it is. When looting a hunter, you steal their pledge marks. Right. Trait Wager Spur. That sounds like it might be different. The trait Wager Spur. You receive a randomized trait. The spur can be activated repeatedly for the cost of 1 pledge mark per trait. Orwellian effigies. I'm gonna laugh at that word every time I see it. So I'm guessing the fastest way to get pledge marks quick might be to loot hunters or go for clues. Let's make sure we hit all the clues on our way here. Now, how long of a grind do we have ahead of here? And am I even going to get the reward hunters that I did not get last event, even though I completed it? Who is the fool? Why are we judging him? The pale judge. Moby's judgment failed on him. You know, we'll just leave it at Moby. He ignored a fortune teller and then released the bandit, slawed his daughter. Now he is fate's gabble, his justice drawn from that same fortune teller's tarot. Only a card can set someone free or sentence them to hang. What does that mean? What does any of this mean? The Fool. Doc Redmerton faced execution, but the pale judge drew the Fool card and set him loose after affixing a punishing mask. Redmartin boarded trains, left passengers laughing even as they jumped through the windows. He's a joke with no end, nothing. Oh, he's like the Joker. How very original. Hey, look at this! What am things are stacked vertically! Oh my god! Okay, this kind of looks the same. Kind of looks the same. I like the background at least. Do I have any room for more? Okay, let's see how different. Is it just me, or are the squares on the grid a little smaller? I feel like I'm seeing more hunters per space than last time, and that the text might be a little quieter here. Oh right, these chevrons mean increased event points or something like that. Oh, I got drops enabled. Sick. I didn't even notice, but yeah, awesome. Cool. I'm watching my own stream, so I might unlock my own Twitch drops. But the Battle Pass, event details page should have some information on which hunters get a boost. Never mind, it does not. I guess we have to look for the chevrons ourselves. Okay, there's going to be a slightly different and maybe even more rewarding strategic loop to tap into with how to maximize event points. I gotta remember to pick the hunters that get a boost. Sheriff Hardin, and Marshall Brewer. Who did I just pick? Scaled Ward. How can I confirm what the chevron means? Plus 10% experience. Event points, yes, okay, good, I've confirmed it. The UI is still weird. It might be... I see some slight improvements, but still weird. Sheriff, Marshall, Private Eye, Hawkshaw. The Scaled Ward is the one who's different. Oh, there's two. And the Drowned Rat. What sort of pattern can we spot here? It seems like the lawman characters. The Sheriff, the Marshal, the Private Eye, and whatever the Hawkshaw Jack is supposed to be. What is he, a bounty hunter? There's law enforcement guys who get bonus points. And then the Scaled Ward and Drowned Rat. I'm not entirely sure what the pattern is between the Scaled Ward and the Drowned Rat. Are they supposed to represent the associated animals, like a reptile and a rat? Alright, let's kit it out. What do I own? Bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum. I own decoys and throwing knives. Not bone tomahawk. No, we'll do bone saw. Where's Dauntless? There's Dauntless. Vigilant. Oh yeah, let me take a look at what the new perk information was about. There was some kind of solo bonus for one of those frontiersmen. Okay. Catalyst. Use tools 2 extra times. Holy shit, that's awesome. But I need Catalyst to take advantage of it. Event exclusive, scarce trace. Oh, I gotta find it in the world? Can only be obtained in a mission. Okay, cool. Easy peasy. Dauntless and Magpie are now located a little too distant from the grid for my muscle memory from menuing to kick in. Alright, Serpent Necro, Magpie, and Dauntless. Good, we own nothing. So not a lot of complicated decisions to make. You know what's fun? A Crown and King and an uppercut. Oh, I do own something here. No, I accidentally pressed that thing. Alright, the UI is still weird. Do do do. Do 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 do. I'm having trouble typing Control V when trying to search for stuff I own. Okay, now that Drowned Rat has an accidentally bought ammo box, we're gonna give him a deliberately purchased automat with an uppercut. Do 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 do. Bom 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 bom. Bom 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 bom. Dun 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 dun. Let me toss that extra stamina shot I just accidentally rebought somewhere useful. Oh, here. Yeah, this guy. Do 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 boom boom boom. And we'll do Scaled Ward for, I think, better camo for now. Solo versus duos. Hey, wait, I see a redundancy in the loadout. Nope, cancel, control, cancel. What is this? We got 2 stealth tools. Oh wait, we got throwing spear and then the stealth tools. Throwing spear is not a great stealth tool, but I might want to use it sparingly and swap it out with decoys. Decoy fuses. Because decoy fuses make people run away when you burst into indoor areas with shotguns. Stick to hunting beast, chat. Eve the hunting of hunters to George. Is this a game you'd recommend for a solo player without a group? Absolutely, positively, yes. That's actually what got me to fall in love with it. Or rather, what kind of person would you recommend Hunt to? I'd recommend Hunt to fans of tactical shooters, and fans of elaborate, overly designed game design going on in first-person shooters. It's definitely not a game for everyone. I'd recommend it for people who like really hard challenges. It's a game that you might like if you like finding meaning within the struggle. And with regards to the solo mode, it is very, very good. It is sublime. Choke canoes on the challenges. Oh, Vetterly. Oh wait, we must be seeing different challenges. Use consumables, kill meatheads, land headshots. I completely forgot to look at those challenges, which meant that I screwed up the optimal effectiveness of my total strategy. I need to play as hunters who get event point boosts. I need to farm event points by going for all 3 clues on my way to the showdown and loot as many bodies as possible. And I also need to be chipping away at those challenges. New music. We got new music at least. I think I want to double check that I'm using the NVENC encoder because my computer is going so ridiculously slow when I try to stream Hunt Showdown in particular that there's got to be something up. Thanks for the answer. Hunt seems really interesting but also intimidating compared to other games on the market, but also a pretty unique experience. Yeah, the way you want to get into it is by start your Hunt journey with other players and then maybe graduate to solo mode. It's essentially it's the hard mode. Or maybe not even. It's the extreme mode. But it's an extremely rewarding, high difficulty challenge where the whole game is beautifully designed around high risk, high reward actions. Hey, is this DeSalle? This is DeSalle, where we get to play the new old map right off the bat. Oh, look at this. They changed the extraction point icon for no reason. The supply point icon is looking suspiciously low resolution than the others now. Why? Why did they change it? I do think that the previous one fit the aesthetic better. How's our frame rate doing? Should I turn on the frame rate stats? We're going to be taking a hit from streaming, but I want to make sure I've just got the highest numbers possible going, you know? We are lagging! Look at that warning in the upper right. Not off to a great start. And now is a situation where I could use a better stealth tool. You want to mix some throws in there to minimize the amount of grunting your own character does. Why are we not serpenting? Hold mouse 1? Okay, that's a little different. Not bad, though, I'm guessing. Hey, Majukas. Yes, let's see if I can multitask a DM at some point. Between rounds, I'll DM you. Or, I don't know. I don't know if I trust Twitch DMs that much. We should maybe DM each other our email addresses or something like that. I'll use my current GPU on, maybe lying around if after I upgrade early this year if you want it. Yeah. No, this is actually really important, Majukas, because I'm not meeting the minimum requirements for Metal Gear Solid Delta. And I should get that problem solved before the game comes out. Is the map more detailed? Back home, oof, the bitrate is rough, all that foliage. Yeah, there's something going on with OBS and Hunt Showdown in my current PC build! There's something going on when OBS tries to stream Hunt Showdown in my current build that is absolutely positively suboptimal. We're going to Lower DeSalle. Oh, did you see Eddie in the background? Oh, wait, no, are you talking about the Hellhounds who just gave me a little miniature spook? That's fine, I'll go for the extraction. Wait, did I just hear someone kill an AI? Maybe I should stay and follow them on their backside. Okay, Majukas, I am going to try and send you some kind of DM of some sort. How does this work on Twitch? Whispers. MJUU Kiss. Majukas. Testing. Is this the correct Majukas? Do. Also, I'm not hearing any noises following up the AI getting killed that I heard earlier. I'm going to try getting to that extraction, but I don't want to get too close because I don't want to show up on their very first scan. I don't want to get scanned until they've decided to move forwards and cross a river and get closer. Well, I don't... if I stay there and get scanned right away, actually, it might just straight up spook them from coming to the extraction at all, which is what I want. When you're solo, you want to encourage the other players to fight each other instead of you, so that you can third-party them on their backside. Oh, look at this! Guns! Oh, look at this! Sledgehammers. I can't pick this up? What? My press E to pick up is not coming up. That's weird. I sure hope the game plays properly for my first impressions of the current patch. I still think it would be wiser for me not to appear on their first scan. Okay, what's 150 meters? I have a feeling that there might be some other players on their bounty. The extraction horse alarm is not going off. I'm not hearing any fights over here, but I think I did hear someone kill an AI when I was close to the compound. I'm guessing they're sneaking up and not fighting. Hold that thought. That was a zombie. Okay, so I think I did hear... That's still freaking me out. That, they've changed the audio system somewhat. That's freaking me out. To, enhance readability over immersion. Which is funny because I just got spooked by immersive audio design. Which is funny because that's kind of sort of what everyone loves about Hunt Showdown anyway. Grunting to climb the fence is probably quieter than snapping the branch. Do we also have extraction icons on our compass now because people are too lazy to check the map when sprinting in one direction? They're still holding position. There should be a fight erupting out of that building any minute now, and I need to capitalize on that moment and rush in when once the fight breaks out. I think they can hear these footsteps. I don't think they can hear these footsteps that are behind the rocks. But once I get outside the rocks, I might want to be crouching more. Yes, yes. Okay. What am I looking at? What's this gray thing here? I'm not used to worrying about it. Looked like a window with a sheet hanging out or something like that. I'm worried if they kill the zombie, they'll scan. If the zombie screams, they'll definitely scan. There you go, lesser two evils. Now they're moving, but I'm not in much of a position to block their extraction. Let's give them a spook and then get to a more advantageous extraction blocking position. Because they're actually just trying to make a run for the extraction now. Why aren't they trying to rush me? Do they not know I'm solo? That's the fight. That's my fight. My frame rate. Did I kill that guy or did someone else? I think someone else got him. Is that an Orwellian effigy? Are these bounty carriers? Yes! Yes, they are. Now what can I do about my frame rate? My frame rate was... Whoa, this is new. Oh, this is better. That's better. Oh, that's not that bad. What was I complaining about? They don't know where I am, and they're wasting their own frags. Oh man, I thought my uppercut would have him. 2, 1. Could have used like a... firebomb. Woo! All right, what did we learn? What did we learn from that combat fight? That if you don't have stamina, a spear is still a spear. Did that come through, by the way? That was hilarious. Let me just take these shotgun shells. Thank you. The Lamont shotgun shells are just as good as anyone else's. Officer, no shotguns here. Okay. Let's get out of here because... Where are the other guys? They're extracted. I might not survive another gunfight without Necro on me. So, what did we learn? We learned not to give away the fact that we were a solo. That guy did not know I was a solo. That's an Orwellian effigy. frame rate spike that I noticed that screwed up my crosshair placement a little bit was when we hit it down to 45. 58, 62. Thank you. So yeah, come to think of it, actually, they might have known I was a solo. Because the duo that I looted on my way back here were placed right next to each other. So if they found a third guy playing more or less by himself, they should have known better. I will pee in the bathroom, and I'll be right back. And when I do, I need to figure out how to make the performance of the game and the stream slightly smoother. How do things look on your end? How do things sound on your end? Performance is okay, but I'm worried that the bitrate's ruining everything. And in the heat of the moment, only okay performance was not good enough. I had some frame rate spikes mess my aim up. Ugh. Hello. Things are great on my end, sound is fine, but it's very artifacty. Do you mean video artifacts, or because audio artifacts are a thing? Alright, what kind of encoder am I using, OBS? I'm using the NVIDIA NVENC. Huh. There was some kind of error it gave me earlier, but I wasn't even able to read the error completely because it popped off the screen before it was done. It was called something like encoding overload, OBS. Let me Google that. I can try reducing output resolution, lowering frame rate, changing the encoder preset, or switching to hardware encoder. But the thing is, I think we are on hardware encoder. Okay. The recording encoder is not set to NVENC. And I am technically recording at the same time as streaming. So let me see if I stop recording and end up hitting the same lag problems. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. General computing is still pretty laggy. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Boo-boo-boom-boom-boom. Another thing going on, Majukis, is that there is probably likely no way I'm going to have spare money for computer upgrade parts for a while. That might be too dire. But okay, upgrading from a GTX 2000 to a GTX, let's see what this might be, 3070, might not be something I would be willing to spend a lot of my own money on for quite a while. There's going to be some fierce legal battles ahead, I think, about the tactics my HOA has been using. Okay, let's see what the frame rate is like here. Computing around in Firefox was slightly laggy, but not horrifically laggy. So if I'm recording and streaming at the same time in an OBS, oh, it's the same map. I hope it's not the only map. I will grow sick of it after a while. Hey, oh, that frame rate is way, way better. Wow. The game is performing a lot smoother. Now how about bitrate? All the compression artifacting around the foliage, how does that look on your guys' end? I mean, I'm using some AI DLSS thing that actually figured out how to do compression artifacts for video games in real time on my end, so it's not like I'm seeing a perfectly smooth image either, but hopefully it's at least better. Oh yeah, this is much better. I also need to get in the new habit of holding down left click to serpent things. But that's actually better. That's a good thing because it means that your ears are going to be cleaner when serpenting clues, or at least approaching clues to be serpented. Let's go to church. I just heard a mysterious footstep to my right that freaked me out, but I know it's fine because of where I am on the map relative to how long the match has gone on. An immolator is following me. There we shall go. Let us go. I think I should have tomahawked that armored. Nope. The problem is the sledgehammer drop. I'd need to take a few steps backwards to retrieve it. And I want to be going as fast as possible. Oh wait, is Invink bad now? Okay, 480i. The problem was that I had Invink set to the encoder for stream settings, but the CPU encoder set for recording settings. Apparently it's different for both, and I guess if you have them set to two different things, you're getting double billed. Your PC is getting double billed. Because it really does look like performance. I mean, it's not twice as better, but it's like... It might be 1.4 times better, and that's a big, nice difference. Pelican Island Prison, it has been so long. Oh yeah, DeSalle is supposed to look a little different right now. I don't remember this white paint on the columns here. Oh, that's not good for camouflage. Oh, this has been whitewashed. They whitewashed the tombs here. That's not good for hunters with earthy brown tones. Hey, event points. I'm not too very worried about that. I think I kind of am worried about the branch I heard on my right. I am kind of worried about those crows. That was in front. Okay, let's forget the sledgehammer. Is that a hunter or an AI? Don't you hate playing that game with the blurs you see in the distance in Hunt Showdown? Those were AIs, okay. Oops, wrong type of decoy. Not actually what I wanted to throw. That's what I wanted to throw. This is different. This is ultra different. There's a giant hole blown in the side of the building now. Got myself a nice little corner. Where is the hideout? That thing? Like a supply cart. Okay, hideout. We got a team coming in north. They don't know that I'm camping around here. Okay. That's good news for me. Oh. It can erase, there's a new patch out. They had technical difficulties for a day, but now it's out for real. Got her! Ooh, you know what's real nasty? Heh. Okay, now this is sounding more like a Showdown proper. Oops. I should not have taken that shot. Uh-oh. You know what? The ground floor might not be such a great place to be soon. I just heard someone kill an immolator straight ahead of me. But then again, lurking around... Lurking around this part of the ground floor might be really good for a machine gun guy. What the hell? Why didn't that connect? Come on. Okay, I can't... I'm not gonna get another shot until they're distracted by a big fight. I'm getting myself killed here. Yep. Let's just go back to menu. Why did I do that? I guess performance anxiety? I wanted to make sure I was doing some kind of cool performance. But a good question is, why did the machine gun miss that burst? Should I be like NVIDIA clipping that or something? Yeah, actually, I can look at the highlight. The machine gun is... It's not hard. Alright, now. Hang on. Okay, there we go. That's how you fade. You press the fade button, of course. Now, what happened? Lurking around... God, that performance is horrible. Now the game's playing fine and looking fine, but everything else is horrible. Lurking around this part of the ground floor might be really good for a machine gun guy. Yeah, okay, okay. Why didn't that connect? Okay. Let's look at that again in slow motion. And definitely mute my horrible voice. Because I can't even see where I made the mistake with how low the frame rate on the video is here. I can't even see the video very well with how little portion of the screen space it takes up. Okay, even though we have better Hunt Showdown performance, this computer is still somehow not able to play a video, to decode a video file, and capture Hunt Showdown even in the background at the same time. Okay, see? I clicked the mouse when the cursor was on her upper left, her upper chest. Recoil, it's like a recoil kicked in before the round came out. And then the rest of the bursts looked like more clean misses, but the first one does not. Maybe I didn't remember to pull the mouse down enough? Maybe I just jumped the gun too early? I don't understand. What? I also am hoping that it's not going to be only Desal for like 2.5 months. We're Desal again. When are they going to add any other map? I get we haven't played Desal in a while, and I am not tired of Desal yet, but I know I will get tired very fast if this is all we're doing for an extended period of time. Also, I guess we'll go for clues, because we get a good bit of event points for doing clues. Oh, right, I'm already within serpent range. I didn't have to get any closer. Still not used to this mouse one to serpent thing. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm hearing some new wind noises. Wind. Are the Orwellian totems all going to be in the same spot? There's a rotjaw out here. I don't want to go to it, though. Maybe I should go to the hideout. No, I don't have enough money to buy anything cool at the hideout. I should save it for when I have currency. When I'm a little, richer. Should I go get it or leave it be? Okay. Yeah, I'm using I'm using the 220XXX card. It is a literal NVIDIA GTX 2000. Hey, let me just actually hide here and shoot them in the back when they come around. They're not coming around, but I am gonna follow them. Are they going to the hideout? This is not a very useful place to be. I'm pretty sure this guy had a friend. No! I saw him crouching, and so I went for the headshot, but I was 1 pixel off. Good thing I'm firing from a concealed position. This might be bad. That Monroe might have an aim on me if I catch too much attention of the hive. I'm trying to refill my tools after that stamina shot I just took, and then I'll go continue to chase clues. I'm not doing the rot shot, it's too far out of the way of the real boss. Although, come to think of it, with the Centennial Trauma, I am equipped to do boss fights fairly alright. Yep, I tagged the right one, it looks like. Woo! That was at me. I felt the wind of the bullet. Watch this trick. Alright, now someone's moving up that away. Someone shot at me from that away. And then I made a convincing decoy to throw them both off my trail. Is that a brute? It sounds kind of like a meathead of some kind. That's our prey. That guy I'm gonna try to third party on. Maybe a bad idea. There. Okay, good. He's still out here somewhere and he's got his back turned to me. Is that also a Centennial? I'm hearing some kind of new monster on my right. I'm very scared. I'm mildly scared. I'm 20% scared. I'm not scared. Kinda sounds like a hellhound. And I guess a bear is a big hellhound. No! No! Damn. Ah! Okay, let's get in there, take cover. Spitzer. Oh, I thought there would be a giant hole in the wall! The assassin? What's going on in there? Is that just what the assassin sounds like now? Yes, yes it is. That did nothing to him. What? Come on! When am I gonna have a good round of Hunt Showdown tonight? I wonder how I feel about the assassin being loud now. So, it's going to, maybe cause more chaos in the assassin's boss lair, because the increased volume will help cover up for player footstep noises. I think I should like that, but at the same time, it's just, you know, grinding against established muscle memory, so I'm trying to resist that conservative gamer reaction where you've gotten used to something for so long that changes immediately feel bad. Because the assassin being louder does not necessarily have to be a bad thing. And players being able to hide their footsteps easier around the boss layer is certainly not going to be a bad thing, and as a solo player, actually, shouldn't I be in favor of changes going in that direction? The sound changes might be interesting, but I haven't really gotten to experience much of them yet. I hear them coming. We're going to open the gate and climb upstairs on banishment. Yeah, the action triangle's not looking too hot at the moment. Maybe I should go for Rotjaw. Is that a guy? Maybe I should wait until 66 to try getting some high ground on this loud-ass, rickety, rusty staircase. Okay, I can move a pixel to the 33% lightning with no audio. In 66, I'll try moving a few more pixels, and then at 90, I'll make the final stretch. Also, that is a guy over here. Oops. What are the rules? What are the rules about that? I thought that they, changed the sound system so that crouching and stepping up wouldn't make a footstep noise. I want the conversion for this. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I just peeked when I shouldn't have. Let me get back down. I might have made a footstep noise accidentally. That's a shotgun. Oh no. Ha ho! Excuse me? Did not notice I was down by one. I think we got multiple teams. I'm pretty sure we got multiple teams in here, which gives me an opportunity for a giveaway. Like, a get-away. Ha! Yeah! We sure do. Alright, I hope Rotjaw's not lonely. That might have been too loud of an escape. Rotjaw, I think, was over somewhere in our upper decile, and yeah, we are going for the clean sweep, the double bounty extract. It's the only true way to win this game. He got Hunt Showdown. Yeah, I really managed to make the hip fire aim work for me there, huh? Oh, also, I might could go shopping at the hideout now and see what the big deal with that is. What's this dark sight boost? Okay. No one's chasing me at the moment. Do we have a Rotjaw around here? Ah, I just muscle memoried it. But yes, we do. We have a Rotjaw to the north. Okay, so the hideout is like a bunch of tents. Oh wait, this is what I should do. Ah! Monroe, I know who did that. I already got that supply card, didn't I? I don't know. That could have been the last Desal match I played. My long-term memory is starting to betray me because I don't know if I got the... Oh, this would be useful for Rotjaw. Yeah, I already got that toolbox. Okay, so Rotjaw's past Ash Creek to the northeast. What am I hearing? That freaked me out. I thought there was a player. I guess zombies sound more like players now. Or the Hellhounds? DeSalle? More like the Hellhounds. Someone behind me. New priority, run to extraction instead. It must not be a bounty carrier, though. They might not have great combat abilities. But it might... Or maybe I should just run to the far side of Rotjaw. Shadow Leap's gonna be good. I don't like this. I'm losing distance by staying out of the water. Oh yeah, they're closing in. We're going for extraction. We're not going for Rotjaw anymore. Never mind, Rotjaw is here. Rotjaw is right there. You know what? Performance anxiety is kicking in. We're gonna try to lure them into Rotjaw somehow. And use Rotjaw on our side for the fight. Icon white. This is just gonna have to be my cover. Alright, now I'm ready. Come on, where are they at? We're red. Monroe? Okay, let's get on the opposite angle of where I spotted him. Is the other bounty team still busy? No, they're coming! Oh, this is gonna be an interesting showdown. Maybe I could try some jukes with this Monroe. When the Monroe and the other bounty carrier... Now we're white. Okay, that's weird. Other bounty carrier's coming. Is the other bounty carrier steering towards the northern extract? Nope, nope, he's coming to me. That's not good. We're red now. Let me look at that lightning. Trying to keep Rotjaw between me and them. Aha, here's in the Rotjaw water. Come on! George, take your time to actually aim, please. No! Water! What a stupid round. I can't revive. Why did I not be able to revive? Did I die earlier? Yes, I did. A hunt showdown if you... Right. I just need to actually be good at video games for once in a while. I made a misjudgment about how I thought I was being chased by a solo or a non-bounty carrying team, when really I was being chased by a bounty carrying team. Maybe I should have engaged that Monroe as soon as I saw him, because that represents the moment when the duo are split up and they got one of them alone. But really, ultimately, what I should have done is just gone for the extraction instead of the Rotjaw double bounty. Oh man. Oh man. Oh god, I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. How in the world am I ever going to, catch up on video work? I don't need to look at the Twitch highlights on that. I do need to run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah, GK, I think I should. I think I should. Right now, I think I'll jump on productivity, but, I've had a crazy day. I went to court today. I went to go see my HOA go to court today, and a decisive victory didn't get to us, but a small partial iterative step on the way did, where the judge, basically denied their motion to dismiss and confirmed that the lawsuit's going on, and it's one of a few, really. But yeah, there's some kind of rodent infestation in the building, and this morning I had to clean out some nasty ass rodent traps that I don't want to talk about. Immediately after that, I had to go to a court trial and witness this thing in the stands, and God, just interacting with lawyers is awful. And then after that, I did interviews and debriefing about the condo tower issues even further. And then I had to do the stream. I have not even had time to call my elderly, scared, existentially terrified mother today, which I usually do every time, but today I had to leave her a voicemail telling her that no, there just is not enough time. I have to go to court, and then I have to stream stupid video games. There's just confidential things in between I don't want to talk about live on stream. Did I just hear some hunters I was talking too much about? Okay. New strategy. Quit talking about my day and listen to the sounds instead. See if decoys will do it. Yeah! Awesome! Love it. Also, this courtyard is way busier. How many areas of the map are now, open space? Hey, please, investigate. What the hell is this? Investigate. I can't check the map and Serpent a Clue at the same time right now. Pressing the map button is invalidating the clue investigation button. That's not good. That's actually worse. You have greater control over your hearing when serpenting a clue, but less control over checking map. Hey, is this a mini-boss? Let's do them. I like bosses. I have a spear. So they call this a brute? It's wearing clothes. I was not expecting that. Did it just, like, burp at me? It is a bear, okay. Ah! Oh no. So it roars at you, and that's how it does damage. Can I check its health somehow? Okay, it has an aggro zone. It likes to hide in some kind of spawn zone. It retreats back to some kind of lair, some kind of starting point. So I guess a roar counts as a projectile attack? There we go. I want to say that took maybe 10 throwing knives. So they're like meatheads. They're like meatheads that don't have leashes. Is it an actual literal man-bear pig? Oh, it gave me decoys instead of throwing knives. I hear scrapbeak. This is scrapbeak. It's white. That's a surprise. Ha ha ha! I don't like the whitewash. Jebediah Daemon. I wonder if that's a game developer or something. I also don't like the signage in the current version of Hunt Showdown. Like, in order to make some kind of sense of world building, they'll plaster a wagon with a giant print sign that says like DeSaule's Lumber Mill or something like that. Some like compound that you see in the map. And the way the typography looks on the cart will not look convincing. The coincidence that everything in the Hunt Showdown universe is sourcing its raw construction materials from the compounds that you play in, which are abandoned and overrun by ghosts and zombies and stuff, is not very convincing. I need to go back around the house all the way to the other side and get my spear back. Bum 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 ba dum ba dun 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 bum 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 ba da da dun 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 ba da da dun 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 dun. Oh, I wonder if you can actually escape out the sniper tower now. Sure would suck if you could enter from the sniper tower. Yeah, they look vaultable. I have an idea. Watch this. Meathead's fighting someone. Let's give it 30 seconds. When the clock says 56, the last bit of audio bait I casted out was my punch. If no one bites it for 30 seconds, I'll cast another bit of bait out and it'll be a big one. It'll be the banishment. Oh, I can't check the map while doing that. That's gonna grind against hundreds of hours of muscle memory. And also it's like a good strategic opportunity to check the map. It takes effort to check the map in Hunt Showdown. It blinds you for a few precious seconds. And you also can't really get a good position of enemy bounty carriers unless you have the map up and going for a few seconds. You have to blind yourself for a few seconds to be able to get map situational awareness. Hey Enzo Chocobo, I haven't thought about streaming on YouTube in general, come to think of it. I think we got multiple teams converging on our position. I hear ducks on my right and the AI screaming on my left. So maybe if I slip away to the north, I'll be able to extract, but I want to get some kills. If I have Magpie, I always have Magpie. Magpie is borderline necessary for solo. Almost as necessary as Necromancer, I'd wager. Ooh. I didn't hear much audio occlusion. I could deduce which floor he was on by data other than the audio file itself. Hey! I did not see him, but I'm guessing that they heard me a long, long time ago. Huh. I don't want to stick around that shotgun for too very long. Oh no! Oh good! Ha ha! Okay, that's Bomb Lance. That guy was outside. I will happily take that Crown and King for myself, thank you. Wow, the AI footsteps do sound a lot more like Hunter footsteps. Oh, maybe we'll get used to it in just a couple weeks. Maybe they really only sound slightly more like Hunter footsteps. they they hit every single trap almost in the whole layer. No, so did I. Okay, so you know what got me killed last time? Is going for the double bounty Rotjaw stuff. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. I think I hear a meathead out here too that I want to lovingly caress. Dun 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 dun. Da 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 dun 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 bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I have no scam. Oh, his Rotjaw clue is nearby. I can't remember whether or not I need to go to that supply cart or not. Did I already clean it out this match? I have to have. Yeah. Where would you be if you were Rotjaw? Ooh, can I get a drone? Oh, don't worry, Nilla94. Even though the Hypnospace sequel got cancelled, life will go on. There will be another day to... I don't know if there will be another day to play a Hypnospace Outlaw-like game, but life will go on, and from our losses we can learn valuable lessons. Like, don't be mean on the internet when your mom is home, or she'll make you apologize. See no Rotjaw clues nearby. Oh, Rotjaw! Okay, now if I'm a real good Hunt Showdown player, I sneak up on Rotjaw and blast it with as much ammo as I can before it retreats under the water for cover. So it very rarely works out though, because Ratjaw is kind of camouflaged. Like that pile of mud and sticks in the swamp kind of looks like an alligator. But at some point I'm gonna hear it breathing. Ugh, what is going on up here? And that's gonna be the real giveaway. And I should feel good about taking it slow because I'm pretty sure I'm the last player left in the server. Which is good, right? That means good hunt showdowning, but I did exploit the solo necromancer revive, which makes me feel bad. Sometimes that can feel like bad hunt showdowning. Oh! Does the voice in Darksight also point you to Rotjaw? See how well I can handle a solo Rotjaw job with 2 health bars and... Oh, should I just go to the hideout? Should I go all the way to the hideout, refill my health bars, and then come back? Because Rotjaw might be able to one-hit KO me. We kind of came close just then. I think I should. I should at least heal before trying that again. That's new. Hey! I don't know if that actually is a new attack that Rotjaw has had, but sometimes Rotjaw likes to swim around, skimming the surface, and that's kind of an opportunity to get free hits. But I guess if you're in the water while they're doing it, they will give you a counterattack. Yeah! Oh wait, this is fine. I got an idea. Let's go shopping at the hideout, and then come back to Rotjaw, because some of my Oh, come on, you have a full stamina bar. Because I will probably get pledge marks back after killing Rotjaw. And I'm pretty sure I'm alone. Icon white. No instinct. Look at how good my aim is when it's not a human player I'm aiming against. I was hearing crunchy footsteps on my left, and once again I thought it might have been a hunter. Whee! I ain't even good with NPCs. Hello, Cola the Doctor. Now, how did this, Oh, I bet it's because the hideout's way bigger than it looks on the map. Someone got a dark sight boost, and it was, well, 10 paces walk from the spot on the map where the hideout is, but that's because I'm now visualizing what the distance looks like in person instead of on the map. I thought that was a monster. It was just a lump of roots or something. Now I don't even know if I want the full health restoration, because I'll get it when I kill Rotjaw, but... Nah. I won't be able to enjoy any of this if I die while killing Rotjaw, and Rotjaw can one-shot me if I don't have full health. Are these both Catalyst? Ah! Did you guys see that? It was completely invisible to me. My brain was photoshopping that thing out of my eyesight. Oh, I got fooled by the watermill into thinking I was listening to a meathead. Good times, good times. It's been a long while, DeSalle. It's been a long while since I've been fooled by water wheels into thinking they were meatheads. How is the game lately? Still that tense high-stakes experience, or was the recent criticism warranted and the game lost its sauce a little? What's the recent criticism you're referring to? It's still a high-stakes experience for sure, but whether or not it is as elegant or focused as it was in years past is more questionable. So, what am I doing? Am I asking a question that's just like exaggerating the either sides of the argument for gamer discourse intensity? I am also playing a new patch. I have only played it for about an hour or two, and I don't know if they might have brought some of the magic back yet. One thing going on is that the sound system is different. One thing that I definitely appreciate, actually, is how the footsteps of the AIs sound more like hunters. It's kept me nice and scared. Let's reload our gun. I'd like to not take any hits before fighting Rotjaw, but I would also like all the experience points and money that these hellhounds will give me. So let me just perch myself up on a spot they might not be able to reach easy and blast them. Yeah. That only took 11 bullets. Am I still... Yeah, I'm still alone. That's nice. This is nice. This is a solid victory. Right, whatever they're doing for this patch is at least not as disheartening as the solid victory. Did I get Beast Face? No. I got Iron Eye and Dauntless. Wait, I already had Dauntless. I just got Iron Eye. Catalyst. I thought I got a second random trait. But yeah, as far as recent criticism goes, you could be talking about any number of whining and complaining posts on the Hunt Showdown subreddit, which always allege which always allege the same thing, and it's something I've never been fairly well convinced by, and that is a complaint that Hunt Showdown is becoming like Call of Duty. I've been playing this game for maybe 6 years. I played this game for at least 600 hours, and I've never felt, ever, like I've been in agreement with that criticism. A lot of criticism for Hunt Showdown I'm not necessarily on the same page of. Number one, because the solo experience is my preferred way of playing the game, and I have a feeling that that's not the majority's preferred way of playing the game. Number two, I know too much about game design to enjoy this stuff innocently. Whenever I get frustrated, my brain tries to interpret that as like something that the game developer might be trying to teach me so that I can adapt a different strategy and not be frustrated. Or I might be playing a game that's like trying to represent some kind of nasty emotional feeling where you're supposed to be frustrated. Like when you're playing a game with narrative design, being deliberately frustrated to immerse your psychological emotional processing centers into the vibes of the storytelling is the point. And Hunt Showdown, I consider to be doing that. The aesthetic of the game is rough and tough. There's mud and blood and very quick deaths. If you're frustrated because you're dying too quickly in Hunt Showdown, maybe that means the game's trying to tell you something. To adapt to a different playstyle, pick a different strategy, tell you something about bad habits. It also could be trying to depict that the situation in the game is absolutely brutal and grisly and horrifying. In horror games, you want to die quickly, or else the stuff that's a threat won't feel like a scary, spooky threat. So yeah, we have this intersection of Hunt Showdown being bemoaned, predicted as if they're turning it into Call of Duty, largely out of a drive to make the game move faster, the guns shoot faster, the characters die faster, and encouraging more moving and grooving, like how they decreased the timer from 60 minutes to 45 minutes years upon years ago. And that's not necessarily the same thing at all whatsoever as turning the game into Call of Duty when it's a spooky, scary horror game where the fastness can be very terrifying and not empowering. When you are creeping through a swamp and don't know who might be shooting at you with some laser accurate hit scan weapon, that is a different vibe than running and gunning in Call of Duty with quick respawns and spraying and praying in the general direction of bad guys with your hit scan weapons. Hell yeah. Let's claim that reward and play another one. How much money did I even make? Do I even care? I don't even care about the money and stuff, really. I care about the adrenaline. I care about the fun. So, I'm a 5-star solo right now. 1, 2, 3. I cleared out 2 of the teams, 3 players. There were 2, 4, 6, 7. Interesting. 7 I never did encounter. So, for a massive, big win like that, you get what? 1467 of those double claw thingies. What is that? Experience? I don't even know. 15,196. That kind of looks like the upgrade points to me. 2,160 hunt dollars. I know what that is. One of these is event points. Maybe the arrow pointing up is an event point. But yeah, fun. That was fun. I had fun. I had fun playing Hunt Showdown, but probably because I won. Let's give him slugs and see what we can do as a cheeky red shirt. I hope. I'm already starting to... Yeah, I would like to play something other than DeSalle now. I've been playing for 2 hours and 14 minutes, and it is now... After 2 hours and 14 minutes, we have scientifically concluded that that is my threshold for wanting to play some kind of map other than DeSalle. Judging from your gameplay, it looks a little faster. I seem to remember there being a lot more crouch walking. That could be from what stage of the game you're at. Me playing Hunt Showdown might not quite look the same as most people. One of the things I first immediately heard when someone witnessing me play Hunt Showdown after 80 hours of their own time with the game was like, wow, holy shit, I didn't know you could be so precise. The statement was something like, oh yeah, I love playing Hunt Showdown. I thought I was good at Hunt Showdown, but there's no way I am doing it with the same degree of precision. Another thing is that you were watching, like, the second half of that map, I was alone. I was the last player on the map, so I was free to sprint around. But the crouch walking can be deceptively comfortable for firefights. It will slow the movement of your head down. Ooh, I'm so tired. It'll slow the movement of your head down, and that will make you an easier headshot. I don't know if I felt the tech from the crossovers. I don't really know what Post Malone is or who Post Malone is. So whatever Post Malone stuff's going on in the game, I'm not really recognizing it. And the Ghostface stuff, I haven't really seen that much of it. I also was not playing the game when they first released that, and I guess the most players would have had it. The few Ghostface I've seen still kind of play like Hunt Showdown hunters. It's not a gameplay thing, and the camouflage they're using isn't necessarily overpoweringly unique. Running around in full black robes in broad daylight like this would not give you the same kind of gameplay advantage that Kane used to have back in the day. It's not technically crouch walking, but every now and then you'll see me crouch to open a door or something. Oh, by the way, Hunt Showdown pro tip. You can lantern ducks if your lantern makes solid physical contact with the duck itself and not the water. Do I look like I know what a Post Malone is? Yeah, okay, so the Post Malone, this stuff might kind of be before my time. I don't know who or what Post Malone is, and the first time I ever really bothered to look was with the Hunt Showdown stuff. What was it called? Post Malone's Crazy Murder Circus or something like that. So I was expecting like an ICP style act, and it turns out he's not. Like, he's a white rapper covered in tattoos who apparently likes a spooky carnival aesthetic when it comes to making crossover merchandise for a video game. But the music was not exactly what I expected it to be. Yeah, he doesn't exactly look like he'd have the most beautiful voice you'd ever heard in your life, but somehow, some way, Post Malone managed it. So seeing a white rapper guy covered in tattoos who was doing a spooky carnival theme for Hunt Showdown had me worried that I'd be listening to a more ICP style act, and I've never really been a fan of those guys. I appreciate the struggle. Also, I appreciate the irony that juggalos are ironically turning out to be one of the chillest and coolest subcultural anti-fascist fandoms around. So, you know, no disrespect, no knocking it. I'm just an old man. It's not for me. But the other thing is that the spooky carnival shtick that Post Malone was pushing for Hunt Showdown doesn't look that far off the game's original aesthetic beats. So whatever associations the kids might have with something cheesier he might have done that they might know more about than me, I'm kind of ignorant about. Whatever fear I had that it was going to be ridiculously cheesy and the guy himself was just an artist I can't take seriously, that didn't end up happening either. So I'm indifferent. I'm neutral on it. It's fine. It didn't seem like the game was made any better or worse as far as I'm concerned by the Post Malone stuff. The Scream Ghostface stuff I think I feel similarly about too. I've never actually watched a Scream movie all the way through, so... So my psychological associations with seeing Scream Man and Hunt Showdown probably are not going to the same place as other people who have seen this stuff. To which I think it's an actually pretty good question. Who brought it up? Who brought it up? I'm actually pausing the serpent to bring this thing up. Fourscore Slappy. Fourscore Slappy, let's do a survey. Are you a Post Malone fan, or do you know what a Post Malone is like I did not? Oh, I checked the map and it canceled my serpent. And secondly, are you a fan of the Scream franchise like I was not? The psychological associations you're seeing in your eyeballs. You know, when you see these symbols, your brain is going to be going through a different processing routine than mine is. And I wonder if it actually is reflective of an ignorance of the original source materials, but a heightened awareness of some of the internet discussion about it, which might effectively be poisoning the well for you and making it look worse than it might be under a state of ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, and I'm sorry for promoting that philosophy, but sometimes at some point in your life, you don't want to know about the thing. Especially when it comes to consuming news these days. You really have a lot to gain from being ignorant on some topics in life. One of which is the... incredibly unhealthy mental health habits that would result from being less ignorant of modern, current news topics. Ah! I was fucked. I shouldn't have picked that fight while talking about something that I felt like was a more intensely critical or questioning topic. I should not have been picking a fight like that while my mind was focused more. Let's see if they'll just insta-kill me again. I know where I'm going. How are those footsteps behind me? We're going to the extract, south center of the map. Oh no, that's fine. Fourscore Slappy, but let's see what the survey results are. I'm curious, because you think it's tacky, but I feel like a certain level of ignorance of either the source material or the internet discussion over this stuff will fix that problem for you. I mean, it might not fix your problem right now. Your memory might be associated with with this feeling of tackiness from here on out. But when it comes to future things that you don't want to ruin and still want to feel the magic for and enjoy, there's psychological tricks you can perform on yourself to make sure you're having more fun doing this stuff. Because my god, it's obvious as hell that most of the world does not want you having fun with this stuff. Hey! There was a cash register. Worth it. There's also a fly buzzing around me. That's interesting. I know the Scream franchise was shopping around at the time because Ghostface showed up in Hunt, Call of Duty, and Mortal Kombat all at the same time. So it does feel very cash grabby, but I get that they need money. I just walked into those crows probably because I was paying more attention to the discussion. And now these bounty carriers know where to aim their gun. That is a huge fly, and I'm scared to smack it on my monitor because it might damage the monitor, but it's attracted to the light of the monitor. Maybe I need to turn on a light in a different end of the room and get it feeling aroused in that direction. I'm sorry, I just realized that the concept of describing animals as being attracted to their various attractants that they are attracted to just carries funny connotations with a human sense of meaning of the word. Okay, they know they're being chased. Ducks. Huh, the ramp is narrower. Okay, now we have the... I just saw the extraction icon pop up on Compass. So it's not always there. Where's my stamina shot? It's out. Are they already gone? Am I just screwed? I'm just screwed. Wait, did they... Ah! I can still camp. Ah! I gotta go to the assassin now. Do I have Greyhound? No, I don't. I made too much noise chasing him because I was talking about Scream and Post Malone. I feel irresponsible for remaining ignorant. I have learned my lesson over the decades. It's not... You shouldn't think of it that way. You really shouldn't. In fact, you should be proud. You should consider it a product of good self-control and self-discipline, actually, to consciously resist hype, resist marketing, which also folds into resisting the negativity of hyper-negativity of always online discourse. Yeah, it's, I don't consider it... I will say the words ignorance is bliss when describing the mental health benefits that come from it, but it really might be more respectfully described as, like, responsible media diet habits. You do have something really psychologically positive to gain from not, Okay, yeah, for example, you were aware of things I was not here, and that is that the Scream franchise was shopping around, and that, the Ghostface costume ended up in, several games at once. I did not know that. That's funny to me. I have a pretty easy time laughing at that. If you have a hard time laughing at that, that kind of sounds like a worse place to be mentally than being able to laugh at something easily. I am now changing course to the northwestern extraction point. What a stupid round. Should I just extract now? And that fly is annoying the hell out of me. They're both gone, and I'm closer to the southern extraction. There's another team chasing around me, so I wanted to keep things moving and keep moving evasively and quickly. I might run into their ambush spot now, and I might not be very prepared for it because I am talking way too much. Oh, nope. I knew what an erstwhile Malone was. So yeah, when it comes to the Post Malone stuff, I originally did react negatively and was expecting the worst. And the more I looked into it, my fears were soothed. But I guess that did come from a place of willing, conscious resistance to learn more, expose myself to the counter arguments. And I mean, honestly, over the decades of spending time online reading how gamers talk, I don't regard half of this shit with the same degree of weight or intelligence that I think most gamers do. I don't think he liked me saying it on his podcast, but I do remember telling Joseph Geller that the vast, overwhelming majority of YouTube video essayists, myself included, are shamefully underread for the severity and breadth and width of the topics they're talking about. Yeah, and also, like, a lot of game journalists I respect and admire are not exactly bastions of high-minded, advanced education intelligence. It's different. You're not getting well thought out arguments from this culture. Yeah, I'll admit I thought the circus event was fun. I liked the clown aesthetic. Some things about Hunt Showdown I feel like already engaged with a similar aesthetic. Red Shirt has a giant target on his shirt. Am I playing as Red Shirt right now? He kind of looks like he could have been in some wacky evil circus. Yeah, like the Hunt Showdown cast already to begin with kind of looked like creepy carnival circus weirdos to a certain extent. It's kind of associated with the time period, like a Victorian steampunk creepy circus thing would not be unheard of for a late 1800s cowboy sort of setting. I don't want to say it fits super well, but it doesn't feel as anachronistic as I think some other... When you have a certain level of ignorance for what Post Malone actually is, I don't think it feels as jarring as a lot of other players might have gotten the vibe for. I'm actually going to go through the Hunter loadout screen and try and say... Okay, Red Shirt. Red Shirt looks like maybe not circus, but definitely a Buffalo Bill Wild West shootout thing. You could totally imagine him doing some kind of gunplay show where a partner shoots the shit out of the target in his chest, and then he reveals it was like blanks all along and performance tricks, and he's fine. Yeah, Red Shirt looks like there's some kind of performance going on. Who else looks like? Desert Rose definitely looks like part of some wild Buffalo Bill Wild West show routine. Who else we got who looks mildly circusy? There's a Santa Claus! There is a literal, actual Santa Claus in this game, and no one complained. And it's a grisly, gnarly, dirty cowboy Santa. Yeah, creepy circus does not feel that far off from a lot of weirdos who are already... Bee-Man! Hunt Showdown has a Bee-Man! Scarecrow Man! I wonder if there's a Tin Man and a Lion Man. Okay, this looks circusy. This Devil's Advocate character. This looks like he is from an evil carnival. Yeah, I don't think we're that far off with the Post Malone Carnival stuff from Hunt Showdown's regular, ordinary aesthetic. And look at this, the Skinflint. He looks like the ringleader. He looks like the Ringling Brothers ringleader of the circus. You could totally imagine that guy putting on some kind of entertaining show with, and especially a Buffalo Bill Wild West style circus performance. Lulu looks like she's into some performance art. Yeah, what am I let's actually play the video game instead of complaining about gamers like I always do in these streams. It's what I'm trying to say is I don't want to say it's fine. I don't want to say it's fine because it's not fine. It is a sign that there's some kind of desperation going on. Okay, I'll say this. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That's a good way, I think, of putting my opinion there. I don't think it's fine. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's not that bad at all, though. There's a Scrooge, too. Do you think the root of that is because game journalism is an offshoot of entertainment writing, an arm of the industry covers? I think the root of it has a lot to do with how criticism and reviews were primarily what I, at least, was most interested in growing up. And so that means that a lot of times when playing a game, as an adult, after doing that myself for 15 years, it's very hard for me to get my brain off of a mode where I'm trying to criticize something. It might not be right now, actually. I might be capable of enjoying things in a more innocent way, but for a few years, I was not able to enjoy things in an innocent way at all, and I hated it. And it's because my brain was so accustomed to criticizing things all the time that I was constantly thinking about how to criticize stuff I was having fun with and enjoying, including Hunt Showdown. When you're playing a game and thinking up how you want your review to look, I don't like being in that headspace anymore. I want to play a game and think about why the developers wanted me to enjoy it more than I want to think about what my review should look like or what works and what doesn't, because that's ultimately subjective and tastes are changing all the time. One thing that can be captured in a singular moment and trying to when one judgment that can represent the intersection of the audience and the performer in the moment of the game's release is not the question of whether or not the game is good. It's the question of what does the developer want me to get out of it? The developer themselves a lot of times don't have a lot of faith in their products, and I don't know. I wouldn't want myself to not be able to create my own enjoyment out of a product that a developer doesn't feel good about. A lot of gamers will play games in ways developers don't expect that end up shining a lot of love towards projects that were really troubled behind the scenes. I think Morrowind is a good example of this. Like, Bethesda couldn't figure out how to make friendly AIs move around really well in that game. They came up with an incredibly stupid justification about how everyone was so scared of Dagoth that they never sleep, they never had schedules. Bethesda never figured out how to make ladders. Dark Souls, for example, was really messy and rushed out, and players ended up being able to decipher probably a more coherent story from Dark Souls than the developers themselves were able to get done on time before deadline. So yeah, I mean, I am now verbally vomiting nonsense about being in a critic's mindset and getting out of a critical mindset and trying to at least get in a better mindset, because the conclusion I've come to is that it's not healthy. It encourages depression. And you do not criticize things well when you're depressed. You will not have fun at something that is scientifically proven to activate dopamine in a neurologically normal human being. I hope none of us are still caught up in a very, very tempting mental headspace where we think the depression might make us wise. It does not. It makes you stupider. The human brain is already rational enough as it is, and depression is just a nice way of thinking up of excuses to do something even stupider. I think this is the spider. This is the spider, and spider icon's white. Let me put some traps down and then get out of here. There's going to be a locked door behind it unless they changed it. Oh, look at that. I knew it. So one interesting trick I am going to try is putting the traps down around the compound instead of in the boss layer. In my experience, I think I have found players more likely to hit your traps if you put them around the compound instead of inside the boss layer. And you gotta hide the fat end more than you hide the skinny end. No, no, no. Eh! Oh, also, since the recent patch, doors will activate traps, so you gotta make sure to open and close them in the correct direction. Yeah, that one's too obvious. Oh, nice. That's, I just spotted a nice quality of life feature. Saves you a bit of time putting the trap directly in your inventory instead of... I'm gonna shut up and now and concentrate. Fucking fly! Get out of my face! Can I get my red icon back, please? I'm wondering if I'm... Why am I thinking... Yeah, it's still red. Why was I going back? Okay, I just need to camp out at the edge of this icon and wait for some action, and third party, whoever shows up and gets in trouble. I personally don't like the game keeps getting heavier and heavier. What do we mean by heavier? Post Malone is probably the most fitting artist to appear in Hunt Showdown. I do agree that it might feel worrisome when there's crossovers in similar fashion as there's Fortnite. Obviously, it's related to the forced nature of brand recognition, if there any. But, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Post... I don't... Okay, granted, I might be judging a book by its cover here, but isn't Post Malone like a kind of white rapper guy? The Hunt Showdown universe is so far off from where rap is going to exist. We're still like almost 100 years away from rap and hip hop. But then again, I did say I might have been judging a book by its cover because when I started Googling Post Malone when the Hunt stuff came out, I heard him swinging some like sweet political activism protest song on an acoustic guitar that sounded way more like Woody Guthrie than anything from a rap or hip hop genre. So maybe a guy covered in tattoos singing acoustic guitar songs would fit the Hunt Showdown aesthetic. Worry if Darth Vader ever shows up in Hunt, yeah. I think we can pinpoint the age of incendiary angry reviewers as a symptom of why even the smallest pet peeves in games get blown out of proportion. I remember when I was a kid, I read a user review on GameFAQs when the concept was in its infancy about how Ocarina of Time was such a good game because players complained about Navi, annoying them with frequent check-ins and audio nags. They heard me planting those traps, and now they're getting some kind of one-uppance on me, and I would like to enter in through the east, but it looks like the AIs are going to be blocking it off. At 33%, we are bow and arrowing the hive. One, two. They still think I'm all the way over there. It's 66. We're opening the door. No, I checked map. Okay, whoever I was just looking at might have been a scream. I could have also been a nun. I definitely remember a nun in Hunt Showdown and no one complained. Ah! Oh no! I think David Lynch argued beautifully that suffering doesn't actually make great artists. Same goes for depression and any other kind of artistic activity. I was also listening to a Northrop Frye lecture about how if you want to make great art, if you want to make great heartbreaking tragic art that gets your audience crying instead of laughing, you shouldn't go through suffering yourself. You should just start like writing poetries or making play or something, and you'll get better and better at it until you're eventually good enough to do that. He transitioned from rap, or am I mistaken? Yeah, I think he's rap and country. I don't know much about him either. I remember him being on bags of tackies in the grocery store. Isn't, like, country going through a kind of hip-hop phase right now where a lot of country artists don't want to admit that they're kind of mimicking rap influences? You know, like the Oreo milkshake song? I swear that looked like Ghostface. Nun Showdown. I love the Nun, my favorite skin. I think I should revive during some commotion, but I really screwed myself once again in this match by not being quiet and paying attention. We have 40 minutes to go. I'm going to go to the bathroom and then I'll be back. We're going to incorporate a real-life bio break into the Hunt Showdown death break. Ugh. Did I miss any commotions? I might just try to revive now. Let's do it. Let's put on a show. Performance anxiety might get me killed, but let's do it. Where are the guys? That way. Okay, let's go hard east. And by hard east, I actually mean northeast. Am I being too loud for that? Yes, yes I am. But I also need to be fast. Oh my gosh, they're actually having a fight over it. That's really good news for me. That's a shotgun, good news for me. I'll take that, thank you, bye! I bet that guy's super pissed off. Alright, now where's the hideout? Nah, I'm not going to the hideout. Boy, that was clean. I should probably use these traps at some point too. I'm really going to be taking advantage of the 8-minute stamina boost for making my getaway here. They're chasing me though. I wonder if they got a stamina boost going. I have gator legs? No. Poison. I could also use the AIs to my favor. Sometimes when you're a solo player in a chase like this, you don't actually want to kill the AIs in your way, you just want to stun them. But I need to keep an eye out for choke points, for traps. Maybe when I get closer, because... Oh, we're starting to put distance between us. I'm losing them. It sure would be nice to know if you could tell how far your pursuers were away from you in real life without having to turn around and check. They're still trying, but they're not going to make it. Maybe they got slowed down by those zombies to the left of me that I didn't have to go through. I think they were hellhounds, actually. Even better for me. I might should have taken the wood to the left of me. Yeah, they are not gonna make it, but I think they're gonna come a bit close, so I might want to send them some warning shots to slow them down. Okay, we got water devils. Let's get on the other side of the boat so they'll have to go through water devils to get me. And we'll send them warning shots from the top of the boat. We forgot the traps. This is more important than the warning shots. It's fine, it's fine. Worthy sacrifice. Hunt Showdown pro tip. No! The water devils got it. Hunt Showdown pro tip. If you are bleeding and you use a health pack, it stops your bleeding while you heal. Oh, by the way, what's with this border around the screen? It's been like this for quite a few patches now. George, don't run him from the fangirls. I do remember the airport incident. It may even get worse. Okay, let's do a trios. Let's see how I do against trios this time. I don't have a good strong close range option. Unfortunate. And I need to not forget that I'm playing against a trio. This might be easier if I stay on top of things. Sometimes these 1v3 matchups are easier because of how much more casual trios players tend to take the game than duo. I bet we're gonna play DeSalle again. I guess the good news about being on a DeSalle only map rotation is that it means I'll get tired of Hunt Showdown faster, which will be better for my productivity. God, I was trying to... What do you mean, GK, they have a lower MMR? No way. We're a fair and balanced, evenly matched fight where the disadvantages I have from the 1v3 means that every single victory I will surely win will be fair and square against evenly matched opponents. It'll be super duper impressive about winning 1v3s like this. There won't be any kind of hand capping, nope. Handicapping, I mean. Nope, no way. Hey, boss is here. I need to get the hell out. If it's a trios match, don't fight the boss. When you're solo. When you're solo in a trios match, don't fight the boss. We're going after those crows. Looks like those hives are walking towards those crows, and then one of them forgot. A hive activated somewhere? Alright. We're gonna wait very patiently. They're fighting the assassin. We're gonna wait patiently until the assassin is dead before going into the red icon radius. The only really way to make... Unless... there's some third partying I can do. In which case I don't even want to fire the first shot at the fight. Should I go ahead? No, I should wait. I could get a little closer inside. The team who's fighting this boss are not gonna know that the clue turns red when I know it will be turning red. Uh-oh, that armored's not good. Now the assassin's dead. Here we go. Let's hope I don't miss. Trade. Okay. Resist. No. Oh. Woo! Ah! Alright, we'll try it again, we'll try it again. Thank you, Cola the Doctor, I'll try. Close one? No, it wasn't a close one. I didn't really have a good idea of the situation. I didn't know if there were still 2 teams in play or not. And also, I don't know how good I feel about those conversion kills I was getting. I completely fudged one of them by not resisting enough. Ooh, we're gonna be a sniper this time. A sniper with subsonic ammo. Yeah. You can't win them all. I definitely think I've had a positive win-loss ratio tonight, though. That's good. I'm worried about footsteps behind me, so we're changing course a bit. Fog looks good. Okay, gunshots to my far left. So I'm gonna take this weapon. Wait, no I'm not. I thought it was a sledgehammer or something like that. Okay, that's other bounty stuff. Ah! Oh my god! I lost a chunk! Oh, how am I so bad at Hunt Showdown right now? I played around earlier where I wasn't this bad. Look at how bad that is. Okay, we're just gonna stay and fight the boss. I was gonna think of... No, we're not. We're gonna snipe other players and have fun playing the game. We got white here. I'm gonna revive... Jesus Christ. Stop! Leave me alone! Please! God! No, we're not gonna fight the boss. I'm just trying to survive, my god. Can't get my serpent back through the... Wait, why did I get... Oh, I got my chunks back because I did die. Okay, let's get a... catalyst and call it a day. Catalyst, random... Let's get random and call... Let's get the 4-shot boon and call it a day. And by call it a day, I mean sprint to the southwest extraction point. Oh, hey. That's not a human player, though. I'm not interested. Who is that who just fired? Maybe that's who I should be hunting. Yeah. Pelican Island, Fort River, that away. Am I hearing an armored die? I heard something out that way. It's a zombie yelling. Now I'm tempted to go to the extractions instead of this guy. Why do they keep shooting their guns for no reason? Also, they're getting too uncomfortably close to my boss. Also, I don't like sprinting towards gunfire without a whole lot of other distractions. Here we go, I hear him. He got sniped with a silent sniper rifle with hip fire. Oh man, the other players aren't even gonna know I did that. I bet that guy's so mad. Oh, that's great. What a great video game. I just sniped a guy with hip fire at like 12-foot distance. Go! Oh! Ho, ho, ho! That was not a solo after all. That was a trio? That was a full trio. Well, lesson learned. What did we learn? What did we learn from that death? Never feel confident in Hunt Showdown. That's what we learned. That guy should not have felt as confident as he did, and I should not have felt as confident as I did. We're gonna do another trio match. Okay, I know. I had no idea where his two friends were. And when I'm streaming, I'm just kind of worse at everything. But what I should have done was gotten creative with the decoys. And use the decoys to draw the zombie over to my position where I could then kill the zombie, take the lantern, and burn the body at a safe distance. I wouldn't have thought of doing that, though, if his friends had revealed their position. If the closer of his two friends had done an audible movement noise, I would have probably thought that strategy up, but I felt like it was safe to go out there and burn him. I probably would have looted and burned too, even at that. Hubris is indeed your worst enemy in Hunt Showdown. I think this next match has really got to be my last. Time has gotten away from me, but I feel great after another incredibly busy, hectic day of doing Condo Tower HOA stuff. This has been a nice way to chill out, even though it's only been one map the whole entire time. When are we getting another map? I've been playing Hunt Showdown for almost 4 hours. After 3 hours of this, I'm starting to want another map. After 6 hours of this, I'm probably going to get sick of DeSalle, and it's going to actively ruin the experience for such an overly enthusiastic reintroduction of a new old map. I also don't know how I feel about the whitewashing on the walls there. It doesn't look right. This place looks like it's been abandoned for a while, but that paint, I don't know if it looks like fresh paint, but it feels like fresh paint. And maybe that's what's more important at the end of the day. Also, I won't be a fun silent sniper for this match. That'll be sad. But I assumed that guy was a solo, and that's a bad assumption to make if you're really going to be playing the game in a very serious way, is to always assume the worst. At least you got to use that silent sniper. It's so funny that I didn't even get to use the scope on it. Was it a close enough range that a single shot apparently was enough at a hip fire distance to get him? We're going to church first for the double clue. Boy, DeSalle is a good map. I like how when you play solo, there's a nice, and you spawn on the south of it, there's a nice, clean, open space sprinting lane to the double clue facilities, like Forked River and Church. Whew. Oh wow, look at that glowing effect it had in Darkside. Will they hear this? I need to be going around this compound. To the other side, block the extract. This is stupid. Why did I do that? Why didn't I just go around? How impatient can I possibly be? Oh my god. Hey. Maybe this will be a pretty good spot to camp out in for a while, actually. Let me just put more distance before they scan me. Hey Zach, I have it installed, never got around to playing it. This might not be a good spot to camp out in after all. So the team I was hoping to back me up is actually having a fight of their own. So maybe I should actually rotate counterclockwise to block the eastern extract if there is a team having a fight on the western extract the bounty carriers are aware of. They might feel tempted to go east instead. Or they could be having a fight inside. That was a pistol, I believe. Revolver of some kind. Damn. I shouldn't have even taken that shot. They don't know I'm solo, otherwise they'd be rushing. Unless there's another team close by. Hey, that's actually someone I should have kept alive. I think they're the opposition party. my god, Eddie reacted to that. A very clean, nice, good shot. Up against two. Are they against each other? Yeah, they are. Maybe I should circle around and get the kill. I hurt someone. Hey! Ow! Ow! Ah! Come on! Scottfield? No! That's even worse! Oh boy. I had a... Oh. Wait, what? You know what, we're just gonna... God! Okay, what even was I thinking with my brain? I can't end on that, though. Maybe we should play Soul Survivor? Bounty Clash? I was thinking with my brain about stabbing them with the bayonet, but I completely forgot with my brain that when you revive as a solo, you're not going to have your stamina. I can't end on that, though. I can't. It's getting late, though. So I'll play quicker mode. I had a really good situation going, and I squandered it because of hubris, because I wanted to kill people instead of escape with the bounty token. But I suppose you can't fault me for wanting to enjoy the PvP instead of running a straight line. Play Soul Survivor. Medium, 2. Hang on, did they actually change this? Yeah, okay. They did not. Something that's frustrating going on here is that there is an optimal choice for Soul Survivor character and loadout, and it's number 3, black girl with green and brown clothes, and it's medium range weapons. That's the best camo you're gonna get and the most versatile loadout you're gonna get. Back in the day, there was a bit of a random element at play that you had to calculate some probabilistic odds to do that made this screen a little more interesting, but now it's not. There is no reason to pick any other one. If you guys know a reason to pick, let me know in the comment section below. And I'll reconsider my stance. I'm so tired. Women are louder than men? Wait, is that an actual game mechanic? Do women stomp on the ground harder when they're walking? It is true, yes! You know the game is fun when you don't want to end the stream with a defeat. I'm going to be spending my Saturday doing video work all day again. For the second Saturday in a row. Because I'm very tired and I'm wondering how much I could get done tonight. Or how good of an idea it might be. I definitely should eat a pizza. There's no question about that much. Uh-oh, for a second I forgot I was playing Soul Survivor. Oh no, my character has the bad health chunks. We're gonna have to fix that. Long range. I think it was a Mosin. That's a shotgun. Shouldn't be getting into any long-range fights with Mosin Man. And I shouldn't be getting into any short-range fights with Shotgun Man. Very nice, very clean. This one's closer. Beautiful. Well, that was a hunt showdown. Also, I probably should have looked at that guy's loadout and seen if it's... Ah! Why do I keep doing this to myself? Because I win, that's why. Oh, that was my Mosin Noggin, man. By the way, look at how good the conversion is. Get this before they activate it. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Now let's close the doors and get ready for a fun, exciting camping trip. Melee would be good for my character. Having a shotgun and a compound all to myself, and 2 kills under my belt, and some audio that has me feeling like the other players are getting slowed down by fights right now, is a pretty nice situation to be in. Maybe I'll be able to end the night on this one. Maybe everything will go just perfectly well, and nothing bad will happen, and I'll be able to close this door without anyone headshotting me from some unexpected angle. Yeah, why would they have shot that unless they really needed to, because now I know where to aim. I even have time to rearrange my items. Now that I actually have time to look at it, the animation of the 207 timer turning into the 58 what points is pretty silly and reminds me of making Flash cartoons when I was a teenager. Yeah, of all the things that Hunt Showdown, of all the technical marvels that the Hunt Showdown CryEngine is able to pull off, the dots flowing from one number to another are maybe not its greatest feat. I shouldn't be peeking this. People are gonna scan me. That's a shotgun. I should be searching this place while doing this. I'm just waiting. No one's rushing in right away. We got ducks coming. Okay, I see where that is. Wait, actually, I have a better idea. Are the syringes faster? I'm gonna take some peeks to the southeast. Didn't see anyone. Didn't see anyone the second time. Alright, we're close. I think that was a pistol. Now, which door do you want to use? Oh, we got two coming in. Okay, sweet. Let's go loot them. Should there be another, another lantern somewhere around? Oh no, they're too burning to be looted. It's game logic. What was I thinking? Oh my god, they've got poison and fire in the way. Hello! Hello! Hello, hi! Now that was a good hunt showdown. That was a good one to end it on. I wonder if we learned that Soul Survivor is easy mode. 1v trios, oddly enough, is medium mode, and 1 versus 2 is hard mode. Either way, I had fun. I had fun losing. I especially had fun winning. I had fun both ways. Oh, and I had a really enjoyable ending. I was planning on jumping out the window if I had to. and giving that guy a funny chase. Feels like the climax of a single player. Yeah, or no, Roller 42. That's exactly it. That's what got me hooked. Why am I up against so many... Oh! A Wagner group! I'm a 5-star hunter. I killed a 6-star hunter at 1338. What is that gonna mean? Is that the one who blew themselves up somehow? Did I do that somehow? I don't remember killing someone 13 minutes in. I remember the first one, Nuke Boy 84. He kind of was behaving like a 2-star. He did not expect the angle I came at him from. If he had more map knowledge, he might have. Silence Ninja, 505, 559. Okay, Silence Ninja must have been the rooftop shotgun kill. Nuke Boy 84 must have been the picking at them from between the branch of the tree kill. Both of them were fairly low skill players that were fairly easy to kill, but who is this Wagner group? 1338. I don't remember killing them. I remember them blowing themselves up. Do you guys remember me killing an impressive player 13 minutes and 38 seconds in? Because I don't. I wonder who it was who I was looking at the end. Also, holy cow, I actually cleaned house. There were only 2 other players in there I never met. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 players in there total, and I killed 3 of them apparently, although I don't have memories of the second one. Wait, let's check the NVIDIA highlights. It might have considered it a suicide. Oh! The NVIDIA highlights has us. It's that lantern. That lantern I threw did some kind of damage, and look at how slowly this video is playing. Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got an idea. I've got an experiment. Let's close Hunt Showdown proper and end the stream. Oh wait, let's claim the reward first. Get that hunter in. Wait, where are they? Sort by recently added. Yeah, this must be them. Romero and conversion. 29 out of 33. Still kind of wish I had full roster of 33, but I'm not gonna knock it too hard. Okay, so it was the lantern fire. They took a bit of damage from lantern fire. Now Hunt Showdown won't let me go back a menu for some reason. So they took a sliver of lantern fire damage. Oh, wait. Maybe what happened is that the lantern fire caused them to blow themselves up with dynamite they were cooking. I was planning on throwing lantern fire in the path of someone who seemed to be taking a path, but then they started cooking a piece of dynamite, and it freaked me out. 620. Oh, 620. I want all the highlights that are from 0620. We got 8 minutes to go through. I'm going to leave these running for 8 minutes. We're going to be going in reverse chronological order. And look at that. Now the video is smooth. Now that I've closed Hunt Showdown, the video is smooth as butter. And we're gonna have some fond memories as I will commentate. Let's see, how are we gonna... Yeah. Hopefully this won't take that much longer than 5 minutes. But yeah, this is wild. This was a 6-star hunter who blew themselves up with dynamite after I did this. And I interpreted the pixels in the window as someone aiming at me because I was paranoid. Okay, then they threw dynamite. And then they threw another dynamite. But that one blew themselves up! Okay, sweet. Let's go loot them. Wait, this doesn't feel like reverse chronological order. See if it's... Okay. Oh, this was a good one. I felt like a very cool dude while doing this one, but then after the mission screen, I remember feeling like I'm not a cool dude after all, because this was a very low-level hunter. Look at that. I miss. I then expose myself and start blasting at him with hip fire. We're ADing at each other. That's why. And I guess, okay, this one also felt impressive in the moment, but less impressive when reading the skill levels involved. For some reason, he still thought I was on the bottom floor, and this might have something to do with them rechanging the audio system. I remember that they were explicitly going to be focusing on making sure that elevation was coming through clearer, which I guess means that right now it's not coming through clearer, but we'll get used to it. That guy thought I was on the bottom. I was really on the top. I fooled him. Uh-oh, this is one where I die. That's going to be a shame. Woo! Yeah, problem here was just going for the bounty at all. I should have left it. I should have ran away. Okay, I remember this one making me feel stupid. Yeah, look at that! The penetration is what screwed me. That could have been a good clean hit if I was using a long ammo gun. And then this trio player forgot that solos exist in the game, and I managed to punch him with an exhausted arm that had no energy. I'm gonna die in this one. Incredibly unhealthy mental health habits that would result from being less ignorant of modern, current news topics. Ah! I was fucked. I shouldn't have picked that fight while talking about something. I still stand by my original opinion. He's getting his friend up. Oh yeah, this one was fun. I could tell what was going on in there, and the one exact place you would never want a grenade to land in if you were dealing with the kind of things I thought they were doing based on the audio. I'm gonna die in this one. Oh yeah, I get floor banged in this one because I've been stomping around up there for too long. Yeah, it felt like someone already knew I was in there with that bomb lance that missed. Hey! I did not see him. I'm guessing that they heard me a long, long time. Oh, this one's depressing. I'm not entirely sure how I could have gotten out of this one. If you know how I could have gotten out of that one, please let me know. Otherwise, it feels like I'm getting Tom Clancy SWAT team assaulted from multiple angles. No place to go. Stupid round. I can't. That wasn't a stupid round. It was just a stupid way to die. I should have gone for the extract, not the double bounty. It was a strategic failure on my part. Quick reaction time. Slightly predicted the audio direction, but was still pretty surprised and reacted very well with the surprise. Oh, this one's depressing too. It looks like a lot of fun though. There's a fight. I'm a third party in the fight. But then this guy, some invisible Viet Cong sniper in the bush, is Okay, I should have hidden behind harder combat. Harder cover when I heard I was under fire from. Shot until they're distracted by a big fight. When I heard there was a long fire coming from an invisible bush, I really should not have turned around and ran away. I should have turned around and ran away a little bit, to be fair, but then hid under something harder and healed before continuing to run. I was not getting rushed. Yep. Let's just go back to waste of time. That was a stupid way to revive. Why did I do that? Again, lurking around. Oh no, I'm gonna die again. This was a depressing one. This was a depressing stretch of game. Oh wait, this is the same death we saw last time. Lurking around this part of the ground floor. In any other game, that would have gotten you accusated. Gun guy. Okay, this was. That Why was. Didn't that connect? Come on. I think my original point still stands. No, it doesn't. If I had waited a bit for the person to be in a more obvious position, it would have probably worked out. Also, if I got up and started ADing while firing the burst, I could have survived long enough to at least escape or pick up the kill. But yeah, I love these tactical first-person shooters where getting good kills is something that would have get you easy kill. I love it when a tactical shooter makes you feel like you have cheats turned on. You're like Tom Clancying someone from an invisible enough position. And your tactics are just so good that there's no possible way they could win without turning their own cheats on. And when you see a solo go down, do not rest.
And they're wasting their own frags.
Okay, let's see that again in slow motion because it looked like the uppercut should have hit. I was aiming through a cloud of smoke, but I still thought my aim was accurate. Whoa, yeah, this one is looking a little fishy. Come on, VLC, catch up. Okay, look at that. I have him in target. He's in target. He's in the crosshairs. What the hell are we looking at here? Okay, can I like draw on the screen somehow? Can we capture mouse cursor? VLC window capture cursor. Yeah, okay. The four corners of the crosshair. The only way I can see this not registering is through the sheer shitty luck of some incredible amount of RNG. It would have my bullet land in the lower left quarter of the crosshair's targeting zone here. Other than that, it does look like a good shot, and I am wondering what I could have done differently to account for that. If I had slowed down and aimed more carefully, would that have really made a difference considering what's about to go down? That's wild. Oh man, I thought my uppercut would have him. Oh, and there we go. That's the, we're back to the lantern dynamite kill, which is absolutely hilarious. Oh, you know what I bet it was? They threw the dynamite into a cloud of fire that set it off prematurely before they would expect it to go off. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Let's go loot them.
And then they blew up. That was funny. That was funny. That was some good hunt showdown. Do 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 ch ch do 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 ch ch do 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 ch ch do 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 do. All right, GK, I am going to make a pizza and I'm going to hop on for some Discord productivity. I'm going to try to get a leg of editing done tonight, but I don't know how much I'll get done tonight. Tomorrow, I have to marathon through it. I have to sleep good and long and wake up and eat a healthy breakfast and not clean any dead rats out of the kitchen and really focus my mental and physical and physiological being on getting that video finished tomorrow.